beautiful faces, our lovely hair between the two of us. We have just enough. Just kidding. We have more than enough. I got you, buddy. I got you, buddy.
Together we average one normal hairline. You know what I mean? Like when we put our hairs together, it's like, that's fine. That works out well. Yeah. And well, looks like I was kicked out of the lobby, so I'm gonna be having to watch the whole game from here with you.
There's gonna be a new lobby. Don't worry about it, OTOMO. You will be accepted into the gang, and you will get into the lobby. What am I gonna do if you're not giving me all the info about the items and me just here putting the arms behind my head and being like, yeah, let's go. OTOMO is giving me all the info, and I just need to speak.
They are rehosting, so waiting just a second while we try to get in there. I mean, hopefully no one reads the password. We're like, oh, that's where you can go and show up. So yeah, sorry guys, bit of a technical delay. Lobby's still not up. I don't. But back to your question, since we're waiting, I just don't think that either team was better. I mean, there was great. I could see great composure coming out from one move though. Like these guys have been playing together for I think over a year now. You see, when they're bad situation, they're like, oh, it's okay, we'll find a way to recover. HYDRA, like I mean, they played really well as well, but it's not really. It wasn't. I don't think they handled the pressure quite as well as the other team did.
Yeah, so in Division 2, they didn't lose a single series. Kind of reminds us of Namiga, right? Maybe they lost one, but either way. And then coming into the season, Namiga, last time we know what happened to them. They got absolutely smacked and got relegated back to Division 2. If HYDRA, who were undefeated in the Division 2, lose the first series here, is that going to be a hit to their ego? Could that just kind of show us that they're going to be not going to be able to bounce back from it? Or do you think even if they lose a series here, they still have a chance against some of the better teams?
It's all speculation, right? Like we don't really know the teams and all that, but I would imagine if you're coming in from Division 2 to Division 1, you're gonna have to accept that maybe your first tour, your best result, not best result, but what you can hope for is that you just hang on. You just stay there, you get some experience because you are playing up against a different caliber of teams. Maybe some teams are like that. It's like, no, we gotta come in and go to the major straight away. And to be fair, if you don't do well in Tour 2, it's very hard to make it to the major in Tour 3. Because you have to actually, like I said, you have to qualify for TI. You have to do really well at both the major as well as the tour itself. So if I was a team, I'd say, hey, guys, let's just go in. Let's just get top 4. We'll be happy.
Okay, top 4. Yeah, so that means that easy. So yeah, Hellraiser's Bad Boom and Spirit, and then you are the 4th one. The Virtus Pro has been looking good. Dark Side, even Navi, they're I kind of feel like when I see the participants on Liquipedia in general, that we have top 4 and then the bottom 4. That's how they've been set up. Though I'm really hoping that Bad Boom has a different approach to the season this time around. Everyone was hyping them up because they were stomping people, but the second they stopped stomping people, they didn't look good, and that is something that they're lacking in their play style. So I'm hoping they, for once, do better. And I think in 2 days, no, actually they're only going to be playing on March 16th, so we're not going to be seeing them for a couple of more days. But it passes fast when you're having fun, and we have fun. Why? Because there's so much great Dota. For those of you guys that are just joining us, this is the first day of the Eastern European DPC Division 1. I'm here Freak, joining me is OTOMO. Unfortunately, OTOMO is only going to be with us today, maybe for just one more game if this ends with a 2-0, because he is standing in for Rob, who is unfortunately not here today with us. Today we had one series before this one. The opening series was Darkside versus Navi, where Navi won 2-1 versus Darkside. It was a close series this time around. Game number 1 between HYDRA and One Move. It was closer than the previous series for sure, and any of the games there. And we're hoping that the following games are gonna be that way too. So hopefully soon the lobby will be up. Guys, when the new patch comes out, usually there are some issues. So I'm actually happy that there were no issues thus far.
We've been very lucky. I mean, I saw a visual bug with Roger in one of the games. He was carrying Boots of Bang. He only had like 9 health regen. I was like, that doesn't seem right. But it was a visual bug only. When he got hit, I see his life shoot up. And you're like, okay, he's still getting healed a lot. Lobby is up, right? And all the teams are in. We just haven't started, waiting for all the players to join and say they're ready. So we're just waiting for it. I like what we're doing with the Eastern Europe. It's sad. They only get 1 day, but it's good to know that it's in good hands with you and Robin Roll. I think Gareth is also casting. So yeah,
Yep.
lot of good talent here.
Yeah, on the 14th, Garrett and Trent are gonna be making a comeback as well. They were with us here in the previous season as well, so it's gonna be quite nice having them as colleagues as well. Though, coming back to the bugs of the new patch, did you see? I think it was some other third party tournament. I don't know. LeBron was playing,
Mm.
so it's what's it called?
The
Tribe.
pause.
Yeah, but
Mm.
the bug
Ancient tribe.
was yeah, Ancient Tribe. Yeah, right. Okay, he's gonna kill me if he's watching this. That I don't know the name of his team, especially now when he has 3 Serbian players. So I'm kind of dead. Not supporting my own scene.
Your
But
brothers are on the team. What the hell, man?
yeah, I don't know. I'm just crazy. I'm sorry. I apologize to my friends that play on that team. I'm sorry that they didn't know the name of their team. Though, anyways, so what happened was that there was a pause, and during the pause, the timer changed a minute up front. So then the
Yes.
Aegis, instead of it being 2.5 minutes until it expires, it was 1.5 minutes until it expires. So did you follow that one?
I've seen not this one, but I've seen others where people have said the exact same thing. They're saying there's a
Yeah.
problem with the pause, and then things move out, like their death timer moves forward or something like that. So all of these things can happen. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. That's interesting. But I've seen, I see a bug where like, oh, Chen can control Roshan. Okay, maybe they forgot to update Roshan or something, make him uncontrollable. But this one's new. This one I haven't seen before. Pause bugs are new.
So first off, it was the nerf to the pause that in the first 3 minutes you cannot pause, which is something
Yes.
that I like. I loved it. That was the best change in Dota that I have ever seen personally, and it made it so much better. Of course, some people would still not be there for the first 2 minutes of the game, but it doesn't matter. At least they would be punished for it. But is this a new nerf to the pause?
I hope not. Jeez, no way, man. What the hell? But yeah, I love what you're saying because every time a game starts, someone's like, "Oh my God, the bowels are moving." You're like, "Now you couldn't have gone before." No, it's like now I have to go right now. Everyone pause for me, and then God knows what they do. They come back 7 minutes later, and there's a band and there's a problem. Like, what can you do? Now it's like, no, you have an issue. It's your issue. We can't do anything about it. So I love that pause. That in pub level is as good as the everyone gets a free courier in my opinion.
Oh, okay. I'm not a big fan of the everyone gets their own career. I would like the side shop to come back, and then there's one career, and then we see all of the careers going together,
Yeah.
having a train when someone is losing. They just buy 10 careers, so that would be fun as well. Yeah, of course, not that part, but I was okay with having one career because it also gave another way of communication. Though, yeah, as we know, of course, in pubs the communication isn't going to be the greatest.
No,
Yeah, I know,
no,
I know.
no.
I think you lost a lot of MMR, so you're flaming pubs right now.
No, actually, I'm climbing. I'm in a good spot right now. No, but no. Every time we had one courier, all it did was it would be mid-air, going like every time, like because two idiots are like hogging it. No, I'm glad it's gone. And also, Ayo has been banned. This hero has been very popular in the region so far. I think he's been picked in at least 3 games out of 4, maybe all 4. I'm not quite sure, but he's been picked at least 3 times.
I was hoping for Io Marcy, to be honest, ever
Mm.
since because
10
Marcy is
seconds
the hero
remaining.
that has been played in Eastern Europe. I'd say exclusively, even in the major, it
5
wasn't
seconds
being played by
remaining.
other regions all that much, just by Eastern Europe. And I was hoping that because that's the bane of
Radiant
pubs, right? It has been for a long time. And then when Marcy entered the fray a little bit, it was there. Now with Io making a comeback, I was hoping for that one. And one game we saw the Marcy ban, but not really picked up. But yeah, as you mentioned, it is being taken out. The Treant Protector does get taken out as well, so that is an interesting one for one move,
Mm.
considering that the hero got
10
some significant
seconds
nerfs.
remaining.
Yeah, I mean the 2 armor at max level for living armor, I'm
5
like,
seconds
whatever. 12 to 10,
remaining.
it's still a substantial. But the 4 you lose 40% healing that you used to have from the
Yep,
trees. I thought that was the big one to the laning stage.
yep.
And it's interesting, Broodmother is fine, Lena's fine. Like one of these heroes might get banned next, but like they're letting a lot of the former meta heroes still pass by in the pool. So
I
interesting
think
thing.
Lena is gonna be left alone because everyone just lost way too many pubs. They're just not used to the Lena not being so strong. Broodmother is still there. I think Broodmother is still gonna be played, so it wouldn't surprise me if Hydra does ban it.
I think she got a decent nerf to her Spiderling's duration. They used to be like 60 seconds, now they're 40. So that's a big deal. You used to have like this nice army that could do a lot for you in a while. Her movement speed got nerfed, but I don't think that was as big of a deal. It's kind of like it's worse early levels, it's okay later levels. But overall, yeah, like Brood Mother, I'd say she was not like demolished by the nerf stick like some of the other heroes were.
Yep, so nope. Broodmother does go through. It's a question now if one move want to pick it up. I don't know if it's still first pick material, but it's still quite a lot in the meta. Every single pub, little pub that I see, the Brood is there, and yep, they're gonna be going for it. Afterlife is gonna be playing the Brood. So HYDRA, they must have a way to deal with it. And I feel like a lot of the heroes that are currently in the meta actually are solid dealing with the Brood because people were finding ways to deal with this hero and the ways to play them. Something that comes to mind first, I guess, is the Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, like we know that like Naga Siren's an amazing hero to have against the Brood Mother. You know, you can just pick it, make sure send her into the forest, send the illusions to the forest. They can deal with it. But no, for HYDRA, they actually go for Kami takes the Slark instead. We'll need someone to hold down the Brood Mother because if he can get that, a good amount of lockdown. Brood Mother in the laning phase, not the most threatening. You know, once she gets about level 5, then she's a bit more dangerous. Snapfire and the Slark could be very dangerous. Although you gotta make sure you time it so you don't cookie him while he's jumping because they kind of end up canceling each other out.
I think this is a deny pick Snapfire because Slark would suffer against the Brood Snapfire for sure. You don't want to be playing against a hero that does a lot of damage to you in the lane. Though, even though I see Slark is a good hero against the Brood because you remove the Silken Bola, you don't care about the mischance. I've still seen the hero suffer so many times against the Brood plus someone with a lot of damage lane. So, you know, something like a Techies comes to mind that one move could pick up, and Gilgir, I know he plays it. So a hero like that could really be a problem to a Slark.
I'm trying to look at what else could they consider going for. Guild Gear. Besides that, he does play a lot of Dark Willow, who's another hero that does decent amount of damage. Not as bursty as the Techies, but still very significant.
Not against
Tiny.
the
Yeah, sorry, yeah, not against the Slark. Thanks for correcting me. Spirits Break. No, they go for the Pangolier. I imagine that's going to be Aincrad's hero, though. It's his most played hero professionally in this patch, so it's very reliable to have. Deals very well with the Slark.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's nice though. You know, both of these heroes did receive some nerfs, so they're definitely not going to be as strong as they were. Though again, coming back to the fact these heroes have been tried, tested, and it was shown that they work even with slight nerfs. They're still going to be solid in the current meta. Though the same is true for the Slark and the Snapfire for sure. So, any preferences with the openings? Something you like more?
I guess I like both. Almost, I don't know if I'd say equally, but I definitely like both. I'm having a hard time deciding which one I like more. You know, Snapfire could be 3, 4, 5 if she's decent combo with the Slark, decent combo as an offlaner, like with anyone. So I like the Slark pick as well. But on the other side, you look at one move, you have Broodmother who can just take control of the map, and I think she does pretty well against the Slark later on. Pangolier also very mobile, which HYDRA might have trouble dealing with. So, you see, HYDRA actually bans the Bloodseeker. Usually that's an interesting one, but then again, they likely they weren't going to take it. They can't take it as a carry. They have the Slark. They don't want to take it as an offlaner, so they just say, let's just ban it ourselves. Interesting ban though.
I mean, it is a Slark counter. If you get low, you cannot heal because he sees you. You know, your Shadow Dance doesn't work. No, I get it. You know, Husker gets banned out. That's an interesting one. I don't know if Warwick would want to play that one. Also, you mentioned 3-4-5 on the Snapfire. Warwick has played it in the past, so it would not be impossible for him to pick up a Snapfire, especially against the Pango, against any melee hero. This hero just thrives.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. She could also go in that situation as well. So they do pick the Crystal Maid. Okay, I like this. Crystal Maid is like I want to say Crystal Maid. I was like, you need a hero with a lot of lockdown. Crystal Maid is considered one of the best against the Brood Mother because you know by level 2 you have so much slows and control. Even then, Brood Mother suffers. So Slark Crystal Maid, very dangerous lane for the Brood Mother. You're gonna have to find a decent bodyguard for her. I like the Clockwork. I think Clockwork would do pretty well. You can catch Snapfire during the Mortimer's Kisses. Overall solid against the Crystal Maiden. So I think Clock would be a decent bodyguard here.
That keys. I want to see a Gilgir Techies. This is
team pick.
It goes for the Rubik. He's gonna be going for the safe one. It is kind of a bodyguard because you do reduce the damage of the Slark somewhat, but I wouldn't say that this is like a perfect lane for a Rubik whatsoever. But he does have a decent amount of spells to steal.
Yeah, and Crystal Maiden, anything she
10
has is pretty good.
seconds
Especially,
remaining.
I mean, even you can take her ultimate and you have the shard, that's also pretty good. Same thing with the Snapfire,
5
everything that isn't Little
seconds
Shredder
remaining.
is also very fantastic to have. So I like it-ish. You know, it's they're the pros. They know exactly what they're doing. But I would have preferred to see something, like the Spirit Breaker, like the Clockwork. I think might have been worked a little bit better for one move. We'll find out. Yeah, probably
I don't
another
know.
support.
I mean, I'm the ones that you mentioned. I don't like either because I feel like they lack damage, and I see that there could be damage issues for one move. It doesn't have to be, but these heroes sometimes can have damage issues. So if you don't steal the scatter blast, Rubik isn't really gonna be contributing all that much, right? So I would like a support that is gonna be doing some damage no matter what. Something to follow through with the Pango when he uses a spell, so that you have something that's gonna finish people off.
You're right. I can't. I don't disagree with you completely. The Rubik did get nerfed though, which is that the shard is less useful than before.
Yep.
I think that it's no longer just cooldown and use it on allies. I think there was another nerf to the hero. I'll check the patch logs after this to see. And they're taking a long time with this fourth pick here for
Yep.
one move.
Radiant team
And who are they
pick.
gonna go with? They open up with
Enchantress.
Enchantress. Ah, interesting.
They
Enchantress.
I feel like it's we don't want to play against the Beastmaster, and Hydra does not care. The thing is though, I feel like one move are just relying on lanes. If your lanes don't go well, you're not gonna be killing anyone. Though it might not be a bad approach, but I'm afraid if they start falling behind, like in the last game, which did happen,
10 seconds
that
remaining.
they're not coming back with this lineup.
5 seconds
Sorry, by the way, a lot of it
remaining.
was a little bit mechanical, but I think I got the gist of it, which is that they do a lot better with the
Radiant
laning
team
stage right now
ban.
with one move, and I can't believe that Enchantress comes out, Beastmaster comes out after, because that's always been considered a counter, but Hydra, again, they're very confident with their Beastmaster pick, and okay, so Enchantress against Beastmaster, the laning does look a little bit better for one move compared to last time, where they kind of got smashed
10 seconds
in,
remaining.
what, was two of their lanes? Yeah, only Mankushi had a good lane, so mid and top just
5
absolutely get
seconds
shredded.
remaining.
But this time, I don't think it's going to be a little bit more in favor of one move, I think.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm
Dire
Although I'm
team
liking
ban.
Hydra's lineup overall. The laning stage can be a big factor. It's not like Hydra's lanes are super weak. They can work out. Just
Yeah.
it's not gonna be too. I guess Beastmaster lane is gonna suffer against the Enchantress either way. But the Slark lane can work out, and we still don't know what the mid lane is gonna be. And considering you have the last pick, that is something that
10
can
seconds
that can
remaining.
change things up significantly. Or you can put the Snapfire
5
onto the mid lane,
seconds
which I
remaining.
wouldn't hate considering that these two supports, I mean, they die to Mortimer's Kisses, especially high level Mortimer's Kisses.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you look at Hydra, like their
Radiant
safe lane
team
combo
ban.
is deadly. Crystal Main is a lot of damage. So that is going to be the lane where I'm thinking like one move is going to suffer in Broodmother and Rubik against Crystal Main.
Сейчас поиграем.
All in for Hydra on that one. So both teams look like they're going to have a very easy safe lane at the moment for their side.
Dalby.
One move, you need to carry
10
Hydra.
seconds remaining.
Feels like they need a mid laner here. At least that's what one move
5
believes.
seconds remaining.
Yep.
Kushi, his Terrorblade is still in the pool, although I would like something with a little bit more health because it's like a roar into a Mortimer's Kisses could be enough to just bring him down. Naga Siren is in the pool, but not feeling it as much in this game, to be honest.
It's not bad, is it?
Bad.
I mean,
That's not bad. It's not, but actually, I mean, it could work pretty well, honestly. Like especially later on, where you look at how, but they have decent AOE damage, right? Phasing Field, Snapfire, Dark Pact, Axes. Like it's not. I think it's slightly better than the previous game, but certainly not enough to deal with the Naga Siren.
I like Morphling, to be honest. I feel like
Dire
that's why are
team
you
pick.
shaking your head?
Dude, so I mean, I didn't like the Terrorblade, which got just banned because I think it's a low health hero. Morphling, you walk around 500, you get roared, you get dead. I am not a fan of the Morphling pick. We'll see if they want to go for it. There's still the Naga Siren, Sniper,
10
Faceless
seconds
Void is in the
remaining.
pool, Draw Ranger. So what else do you want to go with? Ursa, if
5
he wants to go.
seconds
There are
remaining.
decent options that he can take for him. Much better, I would say, than Morphling.
Okay. You can laugh there now when Munkushi picks it. Then anything? You have an
What-
idea?
I was thinking, what if he goes Abaddon carry? Now he goes for Ursa. Okay. I was
So
like,
it's Ursa.
thank God, Monkushi. That's why he's a pro, and you sir are here. Here, Morphling. What a joke.
I'm a veteran. I already had my pro career, which wasn't that
10
successful, but it
seconds
doesn't
remaining.
matter. I still had it, and so
5 seconds
yeah, my opinion
remaining.
matters. Just
Listen.
kidding. Anyways, though, Ursa can't get kited in the lane. The thing is, you're not gonna go for boars because of the enchantress. So I like it. In terms of lanes, it is very powerful.
Yes, Enchantress Ursa, good amount of slows, good amount of damage as well. I mean, again, we thought one move was going to win the safe lane regardless, just because of Enchantress. Ursa doubles down that HYDRA. Who's going to be their mid laner? They go with the
Choose your
Puck
hero.
as okay, pretty solid. You look at one move, your only real catch is going to be a Rubik with Blink getting the lift off, right? Like Broodmother maybe doesn't go for the Orchid build. She's just an Aura builder. Enchantress, maybe you can catch a creep with a stun, but that's such a roundabout way of holding down the Puck. Ursa needs Abyssal at least. Pangolin maybe with the Blink Dagger roll in you can, but overall it's going to be on Rubik to catch the Puck, which is going to be pretty hard for them. I like the draft from both teams. I think I'm going to go with one move again, though. And it's tough.
Okay.
I mean, these two teams feel very,
Just one
very even to
question.
me.
They nerfed the Pango shard. Now it doesn't purge. Does it
Yeah.
take away the coil?
I don't think you wait. Sorry, what did you say? Can you?
It
Or
used
maybe
to take away the coil. You get coiled, you use your shard, and you are out. Does it do that as well now?
probably not. Right? If it's a dispel, when we go in, we'll see Puck it says dispel or not. But I do believe. Oh god, I'm trying to think of it. I think it's dispellable until you get to level 25, at which point it's not dispellable. So it should be
Yeah,
you shouldn't be able to use it anymore. That's gonna be my thoughts on the matter.
If that's I'm Hydra again. Yeah, I'm not giving away from my boys there. I really liked how they played in Division 2, and I still think they have much more to show. The previous game, in my mind, they played slightly better, but in the end, a couple of mistakes cost them the game. So we'll see how it pans out in game number 2. But before that, a word from our sponsors.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600. Cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And game 2 has started here. We're again going to be seeing these handsome faces on our screen there. On the left side, you have HYDRA. On the right side, one move, though you can see that from their shirts. You can see it from the logos on the screen as well. So OTOMO, you went for one move. I went for HYDRA. You were right. I was left. And anyways, though, we'll see what happens here in game number 2. Though if one move wins, well, we're not going to be having a game 3. So I would be sad because of that for sure.
Yep, my time with Eastern Europe will be over, unfortunately, but that's how life goes sometimes. By the way, Eintracht is a grand master on the Pangolin, so is Gilgir on the Rubik. So I'm expecting some pretty impressive performances from both of these, particularly the Pangolin. I feel like Pangolin is one of the most fun heroes to watch when you see a good player play him. You know, when you see a bad player, they end up always like clipping themselves or just in one of those weird spots they shouldn't be, and they just go boom 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 boom. That's fun too, but in a very different way.
Oh, Gushi goes up the hill there. Kami will smack him a little bit. Slark. Escaped from prison. Fun thing though, I read that prison, I think in Philippines, was holding out a Dota tournament. I read it on Reddit, so I don't know how valuable that piece of information is, but it is quite nice for sure. And looking at EGB odds again, favoring HYDRA. HYDRA did come into the series as the favorite, but right now they are one game behind.
I still don't feel like they're heavy favorites. You know, it feels like it's just the two teams feel very evenly matched. And what a nice way to spend time in prison. You know, it's not only are you in there, but you're literally playing against your inmates, and you're like, hey, I'll throw, just don't shank me, bro. You know, just whatever you want, let me live.
There's no way. pride in Dota is more important than life itself, and we all know it. Anyways, top lane, Cloud, of course, starting off with the wild axes, but either way, the Enchantress is always a problem for a Beastmaster. But can the Snapfire equal this out so that Cloud has a good time?
Dire's courier.
I think so. I mean, she will definitely help, but feels like it's gonna be relatively in favor of one move, no matter what happens. Cloud will suffer just a little bit. He's doing okay right now, though. But once we get a couple of points, once we get a few more levels, the fact that he can't take any boars is gonna hurt him. But you know, we've seen more and more of these offlane Beastmasters go for more wild axes. It works out decently enough for them. It's just not as dominant as the other way of building him.
Okay, so mid lane. So far, Pango doing slightly better. Any preferences between the two?
I like Pangolier in the mid game. I like Puck in the late game. I think the Puck scales a little bit better, but you do get a lot of value from the Pango in the mid lane. Like the roll is pretty low cooldown, very mobile, very hard to kill in general. Later on, though, once Puck has items and the Blade, the Witchblade, that's really scales a little bit better than the Pangolier.
Let's see how that works out. We saw the bottom lane a little bit, just farm fest so far. Both the Brood and the Slark, though, not doing too well in terms of CS, especially compared to the other heroes on the map. And I mean, looking at top, Cloud is doing okay for now, and Lefferton doing a good job keeping Pantomime away.
Yeah, it's okay for them. But again, it's still very early in the laning phase. We've only entered the 2 minute mark. The bigger problem has been Afterlife in the bottom lane, just getting XCS here. It's not bad, but no, I mean, it's kind of crazy to look at the Crystal Maiden. She's got 7 unhappy.
Warwick in the mid lane getting low, but he does have the water rune, so his life was never really in jeopardy. Aincrad used both of his spells, and Warwick is going to be more than fine. Warwick did some beautiful plays in the previous game. We'll see if he'll be able to do the same now. Onto the Puck, definitely a higher skill ceiling on the Puck than on the Batrider, but he already did a good job in the previous game as well. Maybe we see some more of those Aegis steals, because that was an amazing one for sure. But overall, so far, no kills. And where are we gonna be looking to see the first one?
I have a hard time deciding which side lane is going to get the first blood, right? It's like on one part you have the Rubik Brood Mother, that's not really offensive, but it's Crystal Maiden Slug, that's very dangerous. Top lane you have Ursa and Enchantress, woof, that's dangerous as well. So I'm having, I don't know which one, I don't know, maybe in the end it might be Warwick who's just going to die and give us first one and be like, oh, we look like idiots, because no one could have seen that one coming.
HYDRA are being demolished in the laning phase. Like mid lane, completely and utterly. Top lane, going well for the Ursa, and bottom lane, the Slark cannot get towards the creeps. So they need a pull on the bottom lane. That's not going to be happening. Top lane, obviously, an Enchantress is going to be hindering the ability of the Beastmaster to do something against the Ursa. So it's looking really good here at the start for one move.
And he's got the siege shot as well, so Cloud's going to be taking a few hits. Slowed down, and it's just like, oh god. Luckily for him, he's got helm. Actually, Helm of Iron Phantom is force strike. Hey, look at this. Some damage coming out, but you know, he's got a point of nature extended, so all this fast rate doesn't matter.
That's gonna be more than fine. He's just taking some damage to secure. The Ursa is farming well, of course. That's not gonna be slowing down Cloud with wild axes. He continues to farm. Warwick needs to be careful in the mid lane, but Aincrad, again, once you use your spells, their ability to deal damage isn't that high, and with the bottle charges, Warwick will be fine. So far, 5 minutes are gonna strike, and we are not gonna see a single kill here, OTOMO. So, a really big show here from one move at HYDRA.
Yeah, both teams being very respectful, you know, not going for these dives, just try to get a kill, just try to get something on board. They're like, nope, we believe in our lineup, we have to go too aggressive. And like you're saying though, on the move, I'm very happy with the way the lane stage is going. Starting to take a bit of a lead, both in the bottom lane for Afterlife. Mid lane has already gone for Aincrad. Top lane is the only one where we can say like, oh, okay, they're doing pretty well for Cloud. Like this is, we kept talking like, oh, Beastmaster's gonna have a tough time, but so far, thanks to the Snapfire, he's been okay. You know, ahead of the Ursa at some points.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely looking good for one move now. Cloud, he has gotten a little bit too far, but having a TP always is going to be fine. And Pantomime, well, he doesn't really have a stun creep, so with the siege shot, you're not going to be casting the TP, and Cloud will be fine. Mid lane? Oh, is that Pango with the science? No, he survives through it, and yeah, that's gonna be not even our first blood because oh, Einkrad, you have to dodge that one and to the left, and he's gonna be completely fine.
Gee, oh, that's a little unfortunate. Like, you really want to be able to shut down Pango as early as you can because again, this hero he peaks in the mid game, and mid game he's still a threat, but it's most dangerous. That sort of that five. Oh, I forgot to lose his life.
Dire are
Tommy
scoring.
just did everything so well. The trees that he cut when he used the pounce, everything was on point for them to get that kill. So those rotations to the mid lane, they might give you a kill there, but you do lose the Broodmother. So not the worst thing in the world for Hydra.
Love the icon on Rubik's telekinesis, by the way. It's someone who's got the strings attached like a puppet. Very nice. So it's a great icon, I must say.
Speaking of puppets, maybe they'll add Puppet Master into Dota, considering that Heroes of New Earth is no more. Well, you know, this time around there is a Centaur, so TP is obviously not gonna work. He accepts his destiny and just gets taken down by the Ursa. One move continued to dominate this early game.
It's gonna be a little bit scary once this Broodmother, hits a few levels that they have to chase her. They do have decent-ish heroes, a Slark with the leap and the puck as well, but yeah, it's still a Broodmother. Always a weak hero, always a problem to catch. And oh, look at that! We caught her versus now.
Yep, and no, he's getting himself into the trees. Now won't be surviving that one. Happy. I think he didn't have any more hits left in him, and the Brood was out. But that last hit will get the kill. Gilgear has to be very careful getting behind the tower. Should be able to keep his life safe. Einkrad in the mid lane, trying to go for Warwick unsuccessfully.
Like how in game 1, Einkrad with the Ember Spray, he got shut down pretty hard against the Bat Rider. In the game 2, he's like, no. Let me show you how it's done exactly. So he's been styling so far. Already has the boost of speed as well as the overapproach once he got coming out for him, and now he's going to be not unkillable for the puck thanks to the infused raindrops. Very useful against the puck's sort of cooldown dependent damage.
I feel like raindrops need a nerf. Every single game they are there for pretty much all of the heroes. I always felt like this item should be good against certain types. That not like every hero buys it. If someone who is good with mana regen would want to buy it, or if you're up against the Tiny, you buy it. Warwick. Okay, you're a little bit too deep, but of course with the coil, he's gonna be keeping the Pango away. Is that gonna be enough for it to survive? No, it's not. He does use the orb, but will be taken down. No buyback to come back to the orb and possibly fight, but even so, he doesn't have the resources, so one move, they get themselves a big one.
Yeah, Warwick, man, he is not having the same performance that we saw in game 1, where it feels like he was just always calm. He's the guy who was able to get those giant steals with, on Roshan, but this game, it does feel like he's playing as if he's rushed. It's like, I gotta do this, I gotta keep making space, and it's costing them. He is now 15 CS behind Einkrad. He is more than 1,000 gold. It is hurting him.
I have to say, the Broodmother is making some mistakes. Died again, and on the bottom lane, they did kill her under the tower. So, and he didn't have to come close. He came close because he thought they could kill the CM. He was out. So a couple of times there, Afterlife has lost his life because of greed, to be honest.
Oh, topping Cloud. To be fair though, anytime you see a Crystal Maiden alive, that's sort of an insult to like your manhood. It's like, oh no, she should not be alive. This is not right that Crystal Maiden is alive. You have to go dive and make sure you get the kill every time. So
it's an insult to her manhood that a beautiful lady is alive. Okay, I don't know what kind of manhood we're talking about here, but Warwick in the mid lane, he's gonna be putting down the leash onto the Rubik and of course onto the Pango, but with the Crystal Maiden being there, they're gonna be destroying the Pango, and it is gonna be another one for Hydra. So even after a detrimental laning stage, they're coming back.
Yeah, that was a good kill. I mean, I think that Ika could have used his abilities, but he played a bit, I would say, safe, but he loses his life in that situation. And the supports for OTOMO, they are pretty low in terms of health. You're looking at Enchantress, she can be bursted down, and once we see the Snapfire and the puck moving together, that's a lot of burst damage between the two of them.
Still starting to get afraid for one move because their lead is crumbling, and when it comes to making plays with their heroes, unless you're right on top of the hero with the Pango, you're not gonna get the kill, and with the looseness of the puck and the Slark, they're gonna get away. So I'm kind of scared for them. Yes, the Ursa is farming super well. He's gonna be very, very farmed, but when it comes to the later portions of the game, the Slark is actually a pretty decent hero against the Ursa.
Oh, for sure. Like, I would still favor the Ursa over the Slark, but yeah, I agree with you. Like, Slark can jump in, get a few hits. If it gets dicey, he jumps out. He has an ultimate. And you can just go for other people, leave the Ursa for last after he's got ability and agility. So, it definitely can be one of those matchups where it's like, a bit awkward. Afterlife is so low level, he's the one who actually has to eat the tome. You know, he's like, it's okay. The other sports are going to reach levels like he actually takes tome on the Broodmother.
So HYDRA are in a smoke. They want to make something happen. If they would get a big kill right now, the gold lead would equalize and it would be no more. It's a smoke onto smoke action. The smoke is gonna break. The S1 buckle is already used. That's a stolen coil, but I don't think anyone cares about that one. You need to finish off the Pango, and in the end they will. He gets himself out of the Roche pit, but in the end dies. Gilgear, even with a stolen coil, will barely survive, but in the end at least he lives.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing this happen. Like, this is kind of scary for HYDRA. We said he had a good laning phase, but and he's still ahead of Warwick, to be fair. But this is what, the second death in a row that happens to
Dire's
him.
top tower is under attack.
Kind of worried for the guy.
Definitely, it's not looking good, and well, considering that he is a Grandmaster Pango, so that means that you only played this hero, because I have no idea how people get to that one. It is not
he's rolling.
a good
He's going for the skill. What the?
Is under attack.
yeah, well,
Dire's middle tower is
yeah,
under
you can see him. He's taking a sigh, like he hates this puck, and the Brood is gonna be caught, and that is a very dead Brood as well. On the bottom lane, Afterlife again makes a mistake, gets caught there, and his headset is also in a bad spot. It's kind of moving his ear in a bad way. You should probably avoid that.
Afterlife is 0-4-0. He hasn't even damaged the bottom tier 1 tower. This is not the Broodmother sort of performance we're expecting. He's going to go for the fast pipe, which I like. They're definitely going to need it because we have to give a lot of magic damage from the Snapfire as well as the puck. But overall, one move. It's all on Munkushi, similar to game 1, by the way. He is farming up a storm, already has the Battle Fury, sub 13 minutes, going to farm this stack as well. So it's nice that he's having a good game, but you hope your space makers are, they'll be making space for you very soon.
Munkushi is young, but boy, even in the previous season, there were some games where he literally carried his team. Yeah, you're young, but like when you get to 27, 28, he is gonna have back problems. He's gonna have shoulder problems. This is not good for him. He needs to step up.
I look at the average, like the age of the people of the Lima Major or something, and the carry age is like 22, 23, and Arteezy is 26, and they're like, oh, he's old. I'm like, he's old at 26? He's not old. You know, but yeah, we're seeing a lot of the carries on the young side. Burning announced his retirement. I was like, oh, what's he gonna come back to? It's like 34. So he has to play support at this point.
No, because he has that burning effect on some of the carry heroes, and there's like if your Drow Ranger is burning, literally, there's no other way than to play that one.
I'll remember that when we see him play the first guy, and he picks Crystal Maiden. I'm like, is she burning? Is she on fire? Is she having the burning effect, sir?
Okay, we'll see. Slark, though, man, Kami is having a game, really. Because early on, he wasn't getting anything, but look at him now. He has an Echo Saber, he has halfway there towards an Aghanim Scepter. This is like a dream game for a Slark, and he's staying on the bottom lane, not having to move at all.
I've seen this happen a bunch of times with the Slark versus Broodmother matchup, is that you can just go into the creepway, into the spiders, dark packing, you're fine, you can jump away if any problem happens. And to be fair, Kami was MVP in the previous game. His team lost, but he still had an amazing performance on the Shafin. This game, same thing, just shutting down Afterlife completely, and like completely unbothered. Neither team has really been like focused on making too much space. Mid towers are still standing, just one tower down, which is the top for the Dire side. That's about it.
That's an important tower for a Beastmaster. You want to take that one down as fast as possible. Same it can be true for the Brood, but the Brood cannot show herself, whereas the Beastmaster now is controlling a good chunk of the top part of the map, and he's going to continue farming. So I'm thinking one move there in this scenario that I was like, what happens if you start falling behind? Well, nothing. We just don't do anything, and that's kind of the downside of their lineup. They have to wait for Munkushi to be able to make plays, and they need another 5 7 minutes for him to really be online to be able to do anything.
He has the Blink Dagger available right now, but yeah, jumping in with an Ursa or just Blink and Battle Fury, you don't feel like you can stand and fight until you have the BKB, so it's nice and all, but like I said, he's gonna need about a few more minutes, whereas you look at Kami, once he has the Aghanim Scepter, which he can buy, like he can disassemble the Echo Saber if he wants to, and he'll have it early, so he is, feels more fight ready, if that makes sense. Oh,
Helm of the Overlord. Yeah, it does. Pantomime. Is that an easy hero to kill? Yeah, it looks very, very easy, you know, inside of the river. Now going to be cooling off from those kisses. Warwick, though, in a very uncomfortable position. That cookie, will that be enough to save his life? No, but the footwork will. He controls the skies. He flies over the Pango and just gets himself away.
Yeah, Warwick, man, after having a very tough laning phase, he is just making moves left and right. Has the Witchblade as well, so his damage is going to be nothing to scoff at. Did this item receive change? I think the Aether Revenant or got buffed, gives you like 60 attack speed when you attack or something like that, which is nice. But,
what? Do you mean the Revenant's Brooch?
That's the one. Thank you. I was like, okay, I've never seen this item purchase. I don't care what its name is.
How did you not see? There was a time where Storm Spirits would buy it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Anyways,
Revenant.
Dire's middle
Revenant
tower is
Brooch.
under attack.
Really? You're pulling my leg. There's no way.
No, it was doing so much damage when it was the Witchblade's BKB meta on the Storm. It lasted for a very short time, but I saw it in a lot of pubs and it was insane. And then when people saw that it was bugged and with the shard, it actually gets rid of your 5 hits because they bounce, right? Not with the shard, with the talent. Then they stopped buying it because in the late game it would be very much useless. But overall, yeah, Roche is gone. I mean, it's already half HP and 1 move. I don't know, do they have the tools to fight this one? Angle roll is good, but everything else feels very underwhelming.
Yeah, it's not exactly like we saw in chances like, okay, they're gonna win the laning stage, but I feel like they were able to get too much out of it. And Rubik as well. Maybe if you can steal, you know, a coil, you can steal kisses, then you are a threat in the Roche. But otherwise, Rubik by himself is not the scariest support to go up against. Right now, HYDRA, they are able to get the Aegis on for themselves as well, so everything is going really well for them. It's going to go on Warwick as well, so killing the puck in the first case is pretty tough. Killing him twice is impossible.
Okay, what now for 1 move, to be honest? I mean, they're still slightly ahead, but it feels like they're completely cut off from the map. They cannot make plays. They cannot take towers. They cannot control the parts of the map that HYDRA are smoking to, let's say. They cannot defend their heroes. What are you to do at this point? What are you waiting for, and when are you going to be able to play Dota?
I mean, they are playing Dota, right? Like, it's not like they're in sort of a time where they're in trouble. I think they're okay with the way the game is going. It's not too bad. The enemy team has got Puck and Slark. You have Ursa and Pangolier. You're okay with that. I'd say the Beastmaster scales better than the Brute Mother. That's the scariest thing, but he's still in a decent spot overall. Oh, here we go. Hey, he can do it.
He can do it still, so that's nice. He just removes the coil. What was stolen is going to be a Dark Pack being stolen from Kami. He still has his ulti. He has to be very careful. He's going to be fed a cookie, and Kami pops the ulti there. A little bit of a panic. He didn't really have to do it. Jumps in with the pounce, and yeah, well, you got rid of the ulti of the puck. The question is, can you get rid of Kami's pounce? They did find the Crystal Maiden, so HYDRA, they go a little bit too deep, and then that is when 1 move can strike. They finally get themselves a kill, which is something they haven't been able to do for a very long time. Warwick was a little bit too deep, and now the Enchanter is doing a lot of damage. Warwick has to be careful. They're coming to eat him. They're coming to kill him, but he's gonna be dodging 2 very big hits that probably would have killed him, but he gets himself away in time. Kami doesn't have his ulti. He's gonna have it in 30 seconds, thinking about re-engaging. It is still nighttime, so he sees so well. He is accustomed to the dark, but you're gonna be in the dark for a very long time because he gets put into the ground. 1 move, they get a key kill in that engagement.
What a bait by Pantomime. He goes in there. Kami's like, I gotta get this kill. He forces himself down to the low ground. Kami chases and puts in a really bad spot. So very unfortunate. In the end, they are able to get the most important kill, which is on the Slark. Only losing the Enchanters for it, they'll take that straight anytime.
Munkushi, with that fight, you know, he survived. He's going to be getting even more. Of course, they lost a tier 2, which is big, but if 1 move can finally open up the map on the bottom lane, that would be huge for them. But look at it, the Brood is so scared. Let's see if the little Broodlings can do the job. Not really.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. He's gonna get it eventually. He's gonna go for Hex first. No Guardian Greaves. Interesting to see. Most of the times we see the Broodmother going for the two, the two major aura items. Oh, looks like Warwick. That's it. It's out. No more Aegis.
Well, a little bit too deep. Kilgear does have the silence, but it's not gonna have it any longer. The roar does come out, and with the right clicks, they should have enough to kill Aincrad to the side. Swashbuckle not gonna be enough. He had no chance of escaping that one, and you might lose the Aegis, but you get a pretty nice kill.
Well worth it. I mean, you want to get the you want to use the Aegis for it and get advantage. Certainly killing the enemy mid laner while losing nothing except the Aegis is fine. Yeah, I was gonna go back to Afterlife. He's not going for the Greaves. Greaves did get nerfed a little bit, but it's still a like insanely useful item. But he just wants to get the Hex. He feels like they need more control, which we did say, right? Against the Puck, their control is just lacking. So the Hex will add a lot. Oh dear.
Kami going in, now he has an ulti, so even if he goes deep, he can get himself out, jump in onto the Enchantress again. This time they get a kill. Silence onto the Ursa, he has the ulti, gets onto the high ground, immediately pops it. Kami, you're a bit too deep, but with the ulti, he'll be able to move himself away easily. One move, they cannot stop the onslaught, and HYDRA, it seems like they're doing whatever they want.
And they are, because they're so durable. They have the Granite Golem, by the way, 50% extra health. They enters the net worth. It's good luck catching the Slark, right? We talked about their lack of control against the Puck, but it's just as bad against the Slark. Can they catch Cloud? He's gonna be fine. Monkushi's still farmed though. He hasn't died either in this game. So 1-0-1. It's all on him to carry the team to victory again.
So it is 11-5, 2k gold lead for HYDRA. They're ahead. They weren't ahead for the majority of this game, but now they're getting it. HYDRA, well, they will lose happy. Will they? Swashbuckle, he's still surviving. He will be giving his ulti away to the Rubik, and that is something that could change the outcome of the engagements in the future. But overall, it's still HYDRA holding a 3k gold lead. They're happy.
Yeah, they're going to be losing the mid-tier one. So a couple of good moves coming out from one move. And I do like what you said about the phasing field, right? This is a big damage ultimate on the Rubik. If you can get a decent amount of Kushi. It's coil, but it's not going to matter.
It's fine. Just walks himself away. Kami jumps in. Very optimistic there. I think they reduced the range of the Slark jump, right? By 100 units. Yeah.
Yes. It got nerfed. It was 12, yeah, you're right. So it's 1200 down to 1100 only, which is nice. I mean, I think that it takes the same amount to do it, so you're actually also jumping a bit slower.
But overall, it's once you get used to it, it's really not gonna feel like a nerf. That's how I feel.
Okay. Oh, this is Ward. They really want to fight next. No, Kami goes in, notices his ultimate's off, immediately jumps back, and so, oh, here we go. Smoke breaks.
It wasn't smoke or smoke. They saw them on the Hawk, so they knew that they were coming. Look at this Ice Shaman doing so much damage to Aincrad. He's 600 HP, kind of using the sticks now. That's a bit more, and they found the Beastmaster. No roar for you. They're gonna shut his mouth for good, and now they're going for more. Happy thinks he's escaping, but he's gonna have to think again. One move. They get a triple kill on Monkushi. His back is still healthy as he continues to carry his team to victory. This is just insane how good this guy is.
And Aincrad, it looks like Warwick's thinking maybe they can find a kill on him. It would be nice. They do have the coil. They can get a kill on them. Oh, it doesn't even find the counter there. That's fine. He did so much for them that fight. You know, he can take a bit of a rest.
45 seconds of rest though. In Dota universe, everyone has reincarnation powers. They come back after some time, always. But overall, at least something for HYDRA, considering they didn't get a single kill in the previous fight.
Yeah, it does put the Dream Coil on cooldown though, but that's not a big deal. It's fairly short. And I am worried about one move not having control of their own outpost though. Roshan could spawn about a minute and a half, and at that point you'd like to have control of that area of the map specifically.
It is 12-9. Gold lead, non-existent. Monkushi still topping the network chart. Kind of reminds me of some game that I've watched. The previous game between One Move and HYDRA, where Monkushi is topping the network chart and everyone on his side is just poor.
It seems to be the trend, right? He's like, guys, make space for me. They're like, we'll make space for you, sir. We'll use our lives. Like, no, don't die. They're like, now it's too late. We already died. But Minecraft and Afterlife certainly giving everything they have to the cause.
The cause is gonna have a basher fairly soon, so that's gonna be a lot of problems for Hydra. Who gets bashed pretty much dies. The armor of Hydra is very limited.
Especially if you can get like a puck, right? It's always gonna be the ideal person to cast the puck because you lose so much control without it. The supports are fine, but Slark, you know, is very hard to catch with his Dark Pact. And once Beastmaster roars, most of the time his value is severely reduced after that. So catching puck would be the best thing they can do. And they're kind of in the area. I wonder if they're trying to catch him here. Gilgear does not have a Blink Dagger. He's got Aether Lens as well as the Eye of Vizier, so it's pretty high cast rate. Can you see him? There you go.
All right. Goodbye. Goodbye, my friend. You talked about catching the puck. Well, he has been caught. He has been taken down. And Aincrad, he wants to catch even more. Let's see if a lizard is faster than this roll. Well, it seems like the grandma will survive, and Aincrad, he just gets himself into the base to defend it.
I remember what's the second nerf for Rubik. It was the telekinesis tab level 10. It was 175, now it's 150. I was like, something else changed besides the nerf to the fact that you can the Aghanim shard. But yeah, check out the cast range for telekinesis. It's massive with the Eye of the Vizier and the Aether Lens on him, and of course a maxed out Arcane Supremacy.
Let's look at Pantomime. He's just standing there with the siege creep, with the spiders, killing the tower in the end. Of course, the one who needs it all comes to take it. But speaking of needing it all, Kami, yep, he has a DD, and that means that his weapon is very sharp, and he will be able to take down Gilgear. Now also the coil will be used, immediately broken. Pantomime, he wants to stand his ground and go up against the Slark, but this hero has enough attack speed. Untouchable, my ass. He's gonna be killing Pantomime on the other part of the fight. Mukushi is gonna be killing Left, and immediately buys back once to go onto the outpost and rejoin the fight, but before he comes over, Happy's gonna be taken down. No, Mukushi! He actually just TPs away before Happy falls. He's not gonna be getting that kill, and he is gonna leave his teammates to die because he knows what's important in the end. Happy will be going down, but it is gonna be an infestation that immediately gets dealt with by Kami.
Two for 4. One move, they lose everyone except Mankushi, and as is par for the course. So you gotta admit. But as Hydra, they do lose only their supports, and they do have to use a buyback for the Snapfire. Overall, you're very happy with Hydra with what just happened. You have to be careful though. Snapfire doesn't have buyback in the next fight. I don't think that makes too much of a difference.
Overall, though, it is gonna be a 2-time odds for Hydra, so they are favored here. I mean, for a good reason. They're ahead in terms of gold. They are controlling a good part of the map when it comes to the late game, especially nighttime. You have vision of the Slark, you have vision of the Beastmaster. Speaking of vision, one move, they don't have much.
You have the spider legs, right? I mean, those do, those can move around the map and give you vision. That's kind of useful. But they, like you said, they don't last as long as they used to. Their duration went from, I think, 60 seconds to 40 at the beginning. Kami? Did they get him?
Oh, smoke. Oh, he broke their smoke and he saw them exactly. So Hydra, he has to roll away. Actually, he goes to the grandma. They kill him. That's no buyback. 70 seconds on the sidelines and the supports are gone. This is going to be second row dying. It's good for the side of Hydra that the Ursa already bought a shard. So killing the second row not as valuable, but still very much important for one move.
Yeah, we just talked about the fact that you don't have these these buybacks for your supports. Maybe Warwick goes in.
Oh, he's going in. We know around the Roche pit. One move, have suffered so many times. 4 staff. Is it gonna be enough with another 4? Just one rocket to the side. He's alive. Aincrad lives. Kami. He doesn't have his ulti. He doesn't have the shard either. So he has to get himself out. But one move, keeping the Pango alive against all odds. Beautiful coordination.
Double 4-star. I looked at Gilgear and going for 4-star. I was like, it's not a Blink Dagger, but it just shows the value right then and there. And they still have about 50 seconds with no Snapfire. There's one move want to go for this here. There's a half health on Roshan, but it's still scary. One roar could cause problems. They know Coil's not available, but it's still very scary for them. It looks like one move. They're seceding control of the Roche pit.
Pantomime has a shard, so little friends are now part of the equation. So that is a lot of damage that can be done. to be honest. Oh, Slark, he got stunned up. He has the depth shot. He has his ulti. He's gonna be completely fine. He turns around with the ulti, starts fighting the Ursa, but you can't do much. He tries to bounce away, lift it up into the air, and now he's gonna be taken down. He's a fishbowl inside of his own territory, and it doesn't matter water or not, you're dead, but still, Warwick is left alive, and he just goes in, gets a double kill. The buyback comes out from the Slark. He wants to fight. He wants to get the Aegis for himself and whip the Bambi. They are gonna be going for this one, feeding the cookie onto Cloud, but he wants some deer meat here. It seems like that's not going to be happening, but the Slark comes over to cut her into chops. Force staff onto the high ground. Pantomime could go for a TP out, but he decides against it. He's creating space for his teammates to come back and defend the Roche. What are you doing, Hydra? You need to take that Roche, and now he's TPing away. No way it's going to be happening. No, he finally gets shot and taken down, but that's a lot of space. The question is, can one move use it?
Yeah, the last space was not enough. I mean, at the end of the he still lost his life, and they are going to be able to get the second rush for Hydra's side here. And for them, do they even have anyone with a shard right now? Yeah, actually, 3 of them have shards. You can give it to the Crystal Maiden or the Puck if you want to. So, Crystal Maiden shards, not bad. I'm a big fan of being able to move and use it. Or, of course, you can just give it to the Puck to phase shield attacks on all targets. It's nice. It definitely feels better for the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, and especially because the Rubik then cannot steal your ulti. That's also one of the big things. So I would be surprised if they give it to the Puck, but we'll see. We'll see. For now, the Slark is keeping with himself. He says, "I'm gonna be deciding the fate of this item." But considering that he didn't give it to the CM who was next, it seems like he will finally give it to Happy.
I mean, come on, she needs love too, you know. Yes, she's a Crystal Maiden, but it's like sometimes you're like, hey, come on, thanks, man. And it is a good shot, 20% more damage, and you get movement, and you can do a lot. So, really good for them. Hydra, 8,000 gold advantage, but we've seen them lose with like a 15,000 gold advantage. So, I'm not counting this out as being, 90% of their favor just yet.
Yeah, though it is looking good for the Slark, especially because he got a good neutral item. With the 1.5 second silence, you can definitely jump in on someone and threaten their lives quite easily. In one move, they are going for a smoke. They want to make something happen. What are they looking for exactly?
They can find it. I mean, Broodmother's got the Hex. That's great. And I do like what you mentioned, the little friends being really good against the Beastmaster, right? You're going to have boars, you're going to have a summoned creep. You saw Cloud just take a ton of damage in that previous fight. So, it's a nice pickup by Pantomime. Oh, boss comes out. Gives us a chance to speculate on what's going to happen next.
Some spikes for Gilgear. And that little friends, it's not only an offensive item, it's also a defensive one, because you feel like one of your friends is gonna die because of the units, and then suddenly they are gonna be disobeying their master. And it does make sense, Beastmaster, and then Enchantress, she uses beauty. And if it would use beauty and love to influence people, the world would be a much better place.
I think that's already what happens, but if you say so. By the way, Pangolier, he's also got a Basher, so we have 2 decent ways of control. We have the scythe coming out from Broodmother, we have Bashers on Monkushi as well as Aincrad, so suddenly you gotta be really careful that you don't get bashed and just killed. So it's a bit of a harder game now coming out from the Puck. He's got a Lincoln Sphere on Warwick, which is helpful, but still like Fade Bolt, Steel, there's still plenty of abilities. You can just break it, followed by a Hex. Even something Bola, for heaven's sake.
9k gold lead and counting. One move are in a smoke. They're threatening with the Rolling Thunder. But Aincrad isn't really gonna go for anything. He gets himself onto the high ground. But are they under enemy vision there? No, that's not the case. I think the ward though just expired. So Hydra know roughly where one move are, but don't have the exact location.
What's Kami going for? Oh, yes, a Skadi. Might be going for a BKB next. He's already got the Ogre Axe. We'll see if that's going to be the item of choice or not. Nothing really crazy coming out here, coming out for either side right now. Aetherland's going to be the next item choice for Cloud. Might go still going Arc Dream Core. I mean, the cooldown for Primal Lore is pretty low as it is, but reducing it by another 25% is pretty huge. Smoke,
okay, now Now there's gonna be a smoke. They have a Lincoln's in the puck, but they still have an Aegis and now a BKB on the Slark as well. So HYDRA have all of their items. Einkrad, he goes for the Rolling Thunder. He has found a good opening. And now going to the Beastmaster, you kill him. That's a good way to start the fight, but he gets the BKB off. He's gonna be roaring the Pango. He's gonna stay in place. But look at, he's blocking the path with his roar. Mukushi needs help. Kaskami is coming forward. He has a BKB. He's gonna fight you till death, but your own, not his. Now turning on to the Enchanters inside of a freezing field. He's not gonna be moving an inch, especially not having a Force Staff trying to save his Ursa. They will lose 2 heroes on HYDRA as well, so not the worst thing in the world. Einkrad, oh, now it's gonna be turning out a good fight for HYDRA because they win it. They kill 3 heroes while losing 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting pretty well for them. They are actually able to get the little friends used on the Beastmaster. Looks like they were able to bring him down, but he lived for quite a while, and looks like Kami, he wants blood.
Yeah, he wants it and he's gonna get it. Gilgear, there is not a Force Staff in this world that can save you from dying. Kami just seems very much unstoppable, and one move without any buybacks. This is looking like a lane of racks.
They do. I mean, they do have at least split. And look at that backdoor protection, right when you need it most. And looks like it's gonna be enough. Nope, it's still gonna. The tower's still gonna fall. But going for the Raxes might be a bit difficult. And one move, they do have time to come back actually.
He has so many stacks on the slot and has an Aegis for another minute. We'll see if one move can get back into this one. Finally, the backdoor protection has been broken. Creeps to the rescue. And it's looking like it's going to be a lane of Rex. They have the glyph, though. One move might want to defend.
So they're going to be using little friends here on Kami. And yep, there you go. All the creeps come out to hit him. It's a nice tickle for sure.
Yeah, doesn't care. You go up against me, now you die, traitors. Kami, though, he's gonna be bashed up. Is he gonna be fine? The cookie was settling, so that means that the depth shot will not be protecting him, but he needs no protection. He has an Aegis and also a perfect bounce to the left. Of course, still gonna be followed by spiders. They're gonna be healing up just yet. Now he goes for the depth shot, heals himself up just slightly. But it's still going to be more than enough to survive. One move, they finally buy back on the Rubik. There's going to be a lift onto the Crystal Maiden. At least they can kill someone. But going for more, it's going to be a lot harder. Slark is going to have his ulti in 10 seconds. But with the Mortimer's Kisses, it is going to be enough to create space between one move and HYDRA.
Aegis is very close to expiring. It's going to expire in 5 seconds. This is the one thing, right? It's like one move, you want to take the fight, but you want to pop we want the Aegis to sort of pop it as you're about to kill him. But that didn't go out for him. Slark, he is almost level 25 as well. So he can take the extra Essence Shift duration or the Shadow Dance, whichever he feels like. He goes for the Essence Shift, which, as we see, he goes in, gets a few hits, and just maintains that momentum the whole time. One move, they are definitely backs against the wall right now. 96% feels pretty fair for HYDRA right now.
Yeah, it's looking very tough for one move. They can't get out of their base. It's again nighttime. So until minute 40, they're gonna be in such a bad spot vision-wise. You need to deal with Hawks. You need to be dealing with the night vision of the Slark, and you're so much weaker than the enemy. So what now, OTOMO? What are one moves to do?
Well, you gotta find a way to avoid the Slark and kill other people. Because in a 5-on-5, it feels very difficult for them. If you can get a Hex off on the Slark and bring Bursten down, that's nice, but it feels that feels a bit unlikely. So if you can kill Crystal Maiden, the Snap, the Puck, these are the best targets, and then take the fight. Or you get the Slark solo. 5-on-5 straight up, very risky for one move.
Man, it's hard. This Slark, I feel like if he's allowed to hit in a fight, then he'll kill you, right? So you need to either control him or kill him. And I mean, you talked about it. One move, they don't have that much control, especially not for a Slark.
Nope, not enough at all. It's just too... Again, it has to be the Hex. If you can get the Hex, you have enough damage for 3.5 seconds, but he's so elusive, you know? He's got the BKB, he's got the Butterfly, he's got 2 leaps, Shard as well. It's wishful thinking at this point. I mean, it can happen, certainly, but just very unlikely.
He has everything. Kami is very confident in his power and is saying, follow me. And he's leading HYDRA into victory onto the enemy high ground. Your triangle, not, it is mine. Kami goes in, he's gonna be X'd up. That is a mistake, he's gonna be stunned up as well. He needs help now, and he's gonna be getting exactly that bombs the BKB. He doesn't even need his ulti. Finally, he's gonna be popping the ulti. They've lost the Rubik, and now going on to Mukushi, who thinks he can escape, but you are so wrong. A lot of stacks on the start, he has to be very careful, but he still has 2 ultis. I don't have one. I'm not like the Ursa, and that's gonna be the Ursa dead as well. One one move. They're missing 2 heroes, none of which have buybacks. Aincrad wants to go for a TP out. He will be successful. So one move. They actually lost only 2 heroes and should be happy with what happened.
It was so close to killing Kami, man. They were so close, but there's not enough damage coming out from him, and he stole 32 essence shift stacks, and that is insane. Can you defend this? You know, you got no Rubik to defend to use the Fate block. You do have Aincrad. It might be mega creeps, and it might be just game over right now for one move. Well, we've seen them come back from tough situations before.
Yeah, but this is kind of too tough. They don't have a glitch. They don't have a way to slow this one down. Kami just jumps in. This is not your base any longer. It belongs to HYDRA. Now, they're not getting the Raxes down. Actually, the Beastmaster, he is playing objective gaming. Considering he's the fastest pusher, he's going to be able to take him down. That's mega creeps in one move. They waste no time. They call GG. We're going to game 3.
Makes sense. At this point, it's just looking too, like, it's too much. Mankushi, I feel like he's carrying a lot of like everyone's hopes and dreams are on him, and these are tough situations to put him in. He cannot do it all by himself. So Aincrad and Afterlife, this game particularly Afterlife, I think it was 0-4 by the 10-minute mark. So again, gave Kami just a perfect laning stage. Mid lane, Aincrad did pretty well, but then like for the first time, then he started losing his life to Warwick. So because Warwick was like what 1 and 2 at 10 minutes, and he used to get 4 kills in a row and unable to be caught. So it's a bit of a tough situation for one move that everything is on Mankushi, and he carries the weight really well, but it's he needs a bit more backup in the next couple of games.
I feel like Afterlife dropped the ball in this one. When he was left alone, when his supports were moving around the map, he died way too many times. And then that gave the game opportunity to Kami, who was actually struggling in the first 4 or 5 minutes. So I was very much disappointed in his performance laning stage wise. Later on, I think he itemized well, moved well around the map, but at that point it was late, especially regarding their lineup. So game 3, I mean, we saw these teams. Do you finally now believe in HYDRA, or would you still see the side of one move as your favorites for the series?
Hey, I was very clear that I said these two teams are very even. All right, and I was being backpedaling. I just said that I think they're even teams. I think we're gonna have to see the draft in game 3, because I thought that this draft would look pretty good with the Broodmother, with the Bangalore. Just wasn't enough. So game 3 will tell. It's a very even series though.
Okay, so he's not gonna give us an answer, guys. He's just gonna stay neutral, and you know, that's a cowardly thing to do, anyways. But I'm not even gonna allow you to respond to that one, because I'm gonna be cowardly right now. I'm gonna send it to a break here, guys. In a couple of minutes, we'll be back with the last game of the day.